All right, on to 52. So 52 says, write an equation that represents this situation using only one variable. So that's an important thing for us to keep in mind. It says Marie is thinking of two numbers. The first number is 14 less than the second number. When she adds them, she gets 40. Help Marie figure out the numbers. So a couple things that we want to notice here. She's only talking about two numbers. The first number is 14 less than the second number. And so what this tells us is that the value of this first number is based on the value of the second number. And then we know that when she adds them together, she gets a total of 40. So sometimes it's almost easier to start with your total. So I'm going to say equals 40, because I know when I add those two numbers together, they give me 40. So if we go back, the first number is 14 less than the second number. Well, we don't know what the second number is, so that's where we're going to start with our variable. So we're going to say that x is our second number. And if x is our second number, then that means our first number has to be 14 less than it. So less than should make you think of subtraction. So over here, I'm going to say x minus 14. So now we just have to go back and figure out which operation is happening between these two numbers. And it says here when she adds them. So I'm going to throw some parentheses around this and I'm going to put a plus sign. And that is going to be our equation. So x, right, this is our second number, plus our first number, which is 14 less than the second number, added together equals 40. Now it wants us to figure out what those numbers are. So that means we're going to have to do a little solving here. So if we look at this, we've got a positive x here and we've got a positive x there. Let's combine some like terms. That gives us 2x. We haven't changed this negative 14, so it's still minus 14 equals 40. So now we know we want this x to be by itself. So in order to move this negative 14 over here, think of it like algebra tiles. I would have to add 14 positive tiles to both sides in order to make this right here a zero pair. So when we do that, continue our work over here, we end up with 2x equals 40 plus 14, 54. We're still not done. We still need this x to be by itself. So right now, 2 and x are being multiplied. Remember, to undo multiplication, we want to use division. So I'm going to divide by 2 here and divide by 2 here. So x equals, you can do this on your calculator or you can kind of talk it out in your head. If you think about it this way, 2 goes into 5 twice. So that's our first number. And we're left with a 1, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4 and 5 minus 4 is 1. So I'm going to put a little mini 1 there. This is going back to like division that you did, I don't know, in 3rd or 4th grade. Anyways, now think of it as 14 divided by 2. Well, 14 divided by 2 is 7. So that means that x equals 7. Now remember, you're not done because x is only representative of this second number. So we could say the second number is 27. But in order to get our first number, we have to subtract 14 from this 27. So if we do 27 minus 14, that gives us 13. So then we can say that the first number is 13. And now we're done with that one.